And we are back. That was Sally now taking pictures on air. That's what we were talking about. She's now just going to post them alafu drama and answer.
Dream a new kiss, dream Mombasa. Self-love is important, me, I'm telling you. I'm not waiting for anyone to show me love first. Come and find me loving myself.
Now that you're loving yourself, how long do you want to date, Sally?
I will say this today and say this categorically today.
Yeah.
I don't believe in doing those many years. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, I don't know how many years. You're not studying a thesis, you'll never graduate. As Tab said, you will never get to really know somebody 100%, even if you stay with them for 20 years. How many secrets have we known about our spouses? For those who are married, you know, once they are dead, after 20 years, they to believe with this somebody or this person for 20 years. So I don't believe in dating, or rather staying in that courtship period for so long. If you see this person is for you, whether it's 2 months, 3 months, and anayo, my friend, kikumana kiumania mbele. Because either way, if it was meant not to work, even if you dated for what, 10 years or 7 years, kutaharibika tu. Eventually, kutaharibika. That's my opinion.
But aren't you supposed to know someone's character, behavior?
That things you'll get. You'll never get to know somebody 100%. If I decide that I want to pretend for you to please you, I will give you your own image. It's very possible.
For you can pretend for
people
2, 3
Yes,
years.
yeah.
Then the true colors now come out.
They achieve their goals, and then you see, alafu nasema, akisikuzi sijui kulienda aje. Since I married her, that woman, she does not talk to me nowadays. She does not. Yeah, you can always pretend. So I don't believe that if you give it so much time, that is when you get to know somebody. No, if you believe this is the person, set your goals, tell them what you want, how many children, you know, your visions, your do's and don'ts and stuff like that, and move on with the ship.
Okay, Owago. How long?
I just said day 1, 1 week, 1 month. Trevor, let me ask you a question. How will you be measuring how many days, how long with someone? You know, Kenyan ladies are very funny ladies. They have like 5 different men. One who offers money. One who is handsome, anaweza tembea naye aringie watu ni handsome. One who is not handsome, doesn't have money, but maybe good at bed, okay? Sponsor. You see? That's how they are. That's the reality, by the way. And Huda, Vera Sidika has taught these ladies some very bad attitude. Very bad characters. They know sponsor is the way forward.
Okay. Therefore, there should be no time frame. That's what you're saying, essentially.
No time frame. From a man, no time frame. I had Tabs, was it Tabs or Sally saying, oh, God created Eve alone. If you take Kiswahili version, Mungu aliumba Adam na Hawa. Adam na Hawa. Hawa is plural. Okay?
That is the worst interpretation of the Bible ever had.
Yes, that's from the Bible.
John Pesa.
Mungu aliumba Adam na Hawa. So ukiona mwanamume na more than one woman, anatimiza Biblia jameni.
So, Owago, do you believe men are naturally polygamous then?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
No.
So it is a choice.
It is a choice. Don't blame, all men are polygamous. No, it is you who is polygamous.
I never quite voiced my opinion about polygamy.
No, you do go ahead.
Trevor, speaking of polygamy, I don't think anyone is born naturally to be a polygamist, you know, or women on the other end having many husbands. But if it's an agreement you have with your partner, well and good. But from where I sit, and depending with what you subscribe, if you subscribe to, you know, one woman, one man, personally I subscribe to that, the Bible and Christianity and my doctrine, what I believe in, one man, one woman. However, there are people who are comfortable. As long as you let them know, kuna number 1 and number 2, you're coming in as number 3, and you're comfortable, they will go with it. But if it works for you, well and good. You're doing it for no one. You're doing it for yourself at the end of the day. That is what matters. Yeah.
Kibe, what do you think about the family unit? Is it still important to have a family in this day and age?
If you have kids, it's very important. Right? But if there are no kids, there's no reason for that unit.
So, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know if I've answered you enough, but the family unit is doing now more damage than good.
Why?
You find that there's no cohesion. Squeezy hata unapata I don't know how to put it. I don't know. But I've lost trust in the family unit. But it is still better for kids to be in a family setting.
And that family setting then will mean one man, one wife, which is something you are saying that we should not subscribe to.
Not necessarily. Remember, one man, one wife, sindio tuliwaambia, right? Ukienda to the Masais don't have one man, one wife. And they're here in Kenya. See that they are out of the country. You find now that in the Western countries, most of the people now there are adopting polygamy as a way of life. Monogamy is dead, man. How? When there are 7 women to one man, doesn't make any sense.
So, and you've mentioned this several times, but what about the finances, Andrew? How does that work out? Because if you're going to have more than one woman, are you able to take care of all of them? Isn't that a fundamental question?
Yes, you should be able to take care of all of them. If you cannot take care of all of them, don't even have one. You must be able to take care of your women. These people are like slaves to you, man. You must be able to make sure they've eaten, they've needed, you must take it. Like the guy in Meru. There's a guy in Meru who has what? I think, is it 18 or 36 wives? Na amewatengenezea nyumba wote, wanaishi vizuri. Why would he only have one wife and he has the resources?
18.
Ladies are crying all over this Nairobi, saying how they are single, when they could be happily married a second, third, fourth wives.
Would you be happily married a second, third, and fourth wife?
No, I actually agree with Kibe to some extent.
Okay.
If you're a man and you can't take care of 2 wives or more wives, then why get into it in the first place? You know, you don't want to get into a situation where you're stressing yourself and you're stressing everyone else around you. You don't have to put people through that. So even if it's one wife you cannot sustain, please, maliza kile ambacho unamaliza. Kama uko shule, maliza kwanza. If you have just started your job, please, you know, build yourself first before you get into anything. As for me being a second wife, or rather a first and then there's a second wife, I don't think I'm comfortable with that because...
Why? If you're taken care of, then where's the problem?
No, it's not about being taken care of, but I think it's mainly because of the doctrine that I subscribe to. That is it. And when you get married, that is legally. When you get married under Christian law, then Christian law supports monogamy. Okay. So, or even civil law. But now when it comes to polygamy, or rather cultural marriages, now you can be able to marry as many wives as you wish. Okay. But as for me, I subscribe to Christianity, and Christianity only allows monogamy.
And Sally, kwa ground, you know, people have more than one. The only difference is they don't tell you.
Yeah,
does it matter then that as long as, even if you have more than one, but sijui, then it's out?
Come again, Trevor?
Does it matter if you have one and then as long as your partner doesn't know about it?
No, just make it known. Don't cause this public outcry and pain at your funeral and stuff like that. Like what we saw, I think, happening last year. Weka tu wazi. Wacha watu wajuane. They know how they're dealing with. Let the children. I've seen families, polygamous families. They even have get-togethers. They go for getaways together. Nyumba ya kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu. As I said earlier on, if you're comfortable with it, and as Kiba has put it, as Tabs has also supported it, if you can be able to support and have the resources available to make sure the family unit is working as much as you have these many wives and children, go for it. But as I said earlier on, and even personally, I don't think I can. My doctrine does not allow. And I think my ego later will kill me.
Sally, what if you're the first wife? I mean,
what if I'm the first wife?
Would you allow a second one to come?
Trevor, why are you pushing me? we need to. These are things you talk about. I don't know what would make my husband to go for a second wife. If you told me about it before we got married, if it's something he considers, there are people who have the confidence. Wait, there are people who have the confidence of telling you, I plan to get a second wife. Maybe that will work. But just ile kushtuliwa now I'm going to be a first wife and then there's a second wife. There's something it does to your ego, Trevor. There's something it does to your ego.
So then it's all about you and not even your partner then?
My doctrine is one wife, one woman. Why are we changing it?
Kibe, what do you make of that conversation in terms of not being, are you supposed to reveal it or not?
First, let me just tell these ladies, your doctrine already, if you guys follow the Bible, allows for you to have multiple partners. Okay?
No. Courts.
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Your doctrine already allows. In fact, there's a place in that Bible of yours where it says, if you aspire for higher office, like the office of a bishop, that is when you can only have what? One wife. Otherwise, it's a fair game to everybody.
Goodness.
Owago?
The excuses that will come about. Everything.
Having, you know, there's no woman who will allow another woman in the house. Naturally.
Yeah.
Okay. But to us men, when you have kitu kakiingia, when you have some cash, I don't know why it's always, you always think of another woman. Adding, most of our lures. You add women. Yani, you measure your success with women. Nani akona wanawake akona pesa, nani akona wanawake, ule akona mwanamke moja ana pesa. You see? I think that's where we go wrong.
If you can take
I can see on the feedback there, they're coming through. Someone is saying that marry anybody and then mold them into what you want. Can you really change someone? Can you really panel beat someone into the ideal person that you want? Owago.
Yes. Unajua, hii si matusi lakini, unajua mwanamke ni kama mtoto. Unaona? Lazima she must feel like a woman. She must feel like a child. Lazima umsalimia asubuhi, umkiss, good morning, blah blah, umnunulie kitu kirudi nyumbani. You see? Mwanamke ni venye umemweka. If your first time umemwonyesha pesa or date, that's what she will take along.
Definitely.
You see? Ukimwonyesha, this is something we must share, all of us. Ataenda kijua, we are sharing. Okay? Wewe ukimwonyesha tu pesa, ukimwonyesha tu vitu, gari, nini, she will take it that way from day one. So it depends what you want with the woman.
Andrew, can you mold someone into what you want?
Unless you're dreaming. Right? Kama hukutengeneza mtu kamoldaje. Right? Imagine even your own kid, who you can invest years and years into this kid, trying to make them a better person, nini. Ataenda afanye vitu vile yeye anataka. Asa, you're going to tell me you're going to get a grown up and try and change that grown up from what they have been to what you think you want them to be. Unless they're a slave, where they obey all your orders. Otherwise, at some point, utakosana mtu and it will be very bad. So don't think in your mind you can never change anybody. Vile utapata mtu, ukimpata hivyo, atabaki hivyo for the next 100 years. If that person is a liar today, they'll be a liar tomorrow. Okay? Kama mtu amependa mademu wengi, atapenda mademu wengi forever. If this woman likes many men, she will never change. So don't think you're going to change somebody when you two hook up. Oh, don't lie to yourself.
Sally, what do you think?
Personally, actually, interestingly, I agree with Kibe. I don't believe you can change a human being. The only thing you can do is, if you have concerns, raise them and be hopeful, remain open-minded, that they'll probably, listen to you and now change. But don't go in there believing I'm going to change Trevor from coming home from Samoja Asubuhi, baada ya kutoka out, to staying in the house mpaka saa sita. I'm just using you as an example. Nothing.
Kuna curfew, kuna curfew.
Yeah, so I don't think you can change a human being. Just remain open-minded that from the concerns you've raised, they may probably, consider them and do things the way you want them to be done.
Yeah.
But you cannot change somebody.
So, Tabs, in the union that you're in, how do you deal with that? The difference of opinion, the difference of character, and is it something you picked out the first time?
I normally tell people that one of the most difficult aspects that you'll encounter when you get into marriage or into a union is compromise and sacrifice. Because someone will come and tell you, there's something that you don't do right. To you, it seems right. In fact, you're so comfortable with it. Labda we ni, let me say, maybe wacha tutumie Trevor. Trevor wewe ni ule wa kuacha socks kila mahali. Ukiingia kwa nyumba umetoa viatu umezirushanisha tu kila mahali, and you know your significant other is complaining, apozile are like, you know, I have to clean up after you all the time. Nini. That is where now compromise comes in. If you were like that when you were single, now you have to change and be someone else. You have to be that person that puts their shoes in the right place. Unachukua socks, unaziweka in the right place. You put your clothes in the right place and all these things. So you can actually change a person.
Okay.
You can change a person to who you want them to be. The only difference comes in, are they willing to change and be that person you want them to be?
Yeah.
That is where the difference comes in. If they are willing, well and good. If they are not, you have to sit down, discuss, and find a compromise. Find what is right for both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Kibe. Go ahead.
What kind of textbook answers are these?
What is your answer?
What's your answer?
Planet Earth, guys.
Come back to Earth.
Kwa ground kunaendaje, Kibe?
Now, acha nikuulize, if you change me, what do I become? I become something else. That thing that you liked no longer exists. And that's what's happening in marriages. Women are changing men, and then the men disappear, and then the woman starts saying, what happened to you? You used to have so much life. You used to be this way, you used to be that way. It's because you have sat on his head so much, trying to change him, that he has no identity anymore.
And yet that is what you liked when you're getting into the union.
You liked this guy because he was rough, he was, you know, all those things, and now suddenly you want to change him, and when he changes, now you're going to start looking for another rough guy saying, oh, my husband, I'm not passion anymore, he doesn't feel me anymore. It's because you changed him, and now you don't like him because he's something that you cannot even recognize anymore. Women, stop trying to change men. If you find a man the way he is, if you cannot take him the way he is, wachana na yeye.
I concur with him, by the way. You cannot change a human being. You can only raise concerns, and be open-minded that this person is going to change. As Tab said, the willingness to change comes from the individual. Lakini ukiingia kwa hiyo ndoa unataka kubadilisha mtu, it will never happen. I'm not married. Again, disclaimer. I'm not married, but I believe you cannot change a human being, Trevor. You can't.
Owago, what do you think?
Can't.
I think it's true you can't change a human being. In fact, an adult. You chukua example ya miti kiwa ndogo, you can straighten it, imee hivyo, itachukua hiyo shape unataka. But ikishakuwa kubwa, ukitaka kuistraighten it ama kuibend, itavunjika. Okay?
Yeah.
So an adult, mtu umepata ashakuwa mkubwa, ashashinda mama yake na baba yake, ametoka kwao, and you now, because you're just in love, you want to pretend you can change the character and everything. The change I was talking about ni the character, like Bibi atachukua what you want from the first day, okay, but not changing the whole human being, the character, the everything. But to a man to change, I think ladies can change, but men, kama alikuwa anakuja kwa nyumba saa 6, akifika hata saa 8, piga tu magoti, omba amefika, ayalala nje.
But I agree with Owago. Actually, that is a change that we are talking about.
Yeah.
Change.
Yes.
Change your character. Yeah. You know, when you're dating this person, that is the time you're getting to know them. If you see their characters you can't stand, then get out.
Exactly.
You know, get out.
Yes.
But there are things that you discover when you get into that union or into that marriage. And there are things that can actually be changed.
Yeah.
Why? Because everyone has their own weaknesses na akona strengths zake. Mmekuja kujengana hapa. So ukiona mtu kuna mahali, maybe yeye ni mwanaume wa kulala, yeye kazi yake tu ni kulala, yet you have dreams, you need to build a home, you need to buy cars, you need to pay school fees, lakini unaona this man is not thinking in a futuristic kind of way. You know, maybe these things zenye mna discover now when you get married, maybe these are the things that now you can be able to sit down, discuss and talk and see whether this person can be able to change for the better.
Okay.
But remain open-minded.
Okay, so finally, as we wrap up on this, I want you guys to give the young people advice out there. What is the one thing you would like to tell them? And I'll start with you, Andrew Kibe. What is the one thing you would like to tell the young people out there?
Number one, do not confuse love with anything else. Okay? Love is just an emotion you feel in yourself. Usiitoe upeleke huko nje. Number two, stay by yourself as long as you can till you discover who you are. Do not take a broken human being into a relationship. Most of you are doing that, and that's why you're always complaining, because two broken people have found each other, and you're just toxic to one another. So don't do that. Don't take a broken human being into a relationship. Discover who you are. It can take even 20, 30 years. Don't be in a rush. When you find out who you are, then you can now try to find out who somebody else is, and now get into a relationship if you so wish.
Oh wow, spoken like a cancer. I mean, I'm surprised. I thought you'd tell them when they were kind of to come a kumi. No.
Multiple partners last me.
Entanglementation.
Owago, what of advice as we wrap up on this?
You are an adult. You know what you want.
Yeah.
Trust the process, and above all, kitu lazima ufanye. Mungu ndiye anajua kitu alikupangia. Kneel down, pray. Ask God to give you what you want. Without God, it's nothing.
Oh wow. Tabs?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're a person, you know yourself, you know your likes, you know your dislikes. So if someone does not meet up to your standards or whatever you think is best for you, then leave it.
Simple as that.
Usijisumbue, my friend. You know, if it's not right for you, then don't think that it will change along the way.
Yeah.
Apana. No,
Ombese, my director is saying if you reply my DMs, pia wewe.
Leo watu wana. Okay, all right.
Tabs.
Yes.
Tabs analenga.
Tabs analenga ma DMs hapa hivi.
Tabs, huyo ndio bwana na unalenga. Yes.
Ashapata.
Silly.
Okay, first and foremost, find yourself, as
Yeah.
Kibe said. Get to know yourself first before getting into something. Second, I think just basically lastly is don't be in a hurry. Don't do it to please people. Don't do it to please the public. Put God first. God's timing is the best. He's never too late, nor is he too early.
All right.
You'll get there eventually.
Thank you so much for speaking to us this morning, Seli Kadot Amutabi, radio personality, Andrew Kibe, media personality, Tabitha Nyambura, also DJ Tabs or Head Girl, gospel DJ. Thank you so much for making time. And Owago Nyiro. You said the name is Byron.
Byron.
Yeah,
Yes.
so when you're arrested, we'll come and look for Byron. All right. Thank you
Of course.
Thank you so much for making time for us.